This is Aitana Lopez, a pink-haired virtual influencer who basically prints money. But what if you could do even better? Right now, AI influencers are everywhere. Most of them young, trendy, Instagram perfect. But there's still space for something different. Imagine silver influencers. Confident, stylish, middle-aged women who could completely redefine what an AI influencer looks like. That's not just refreshing. It's a business opportunity waiting to happen. But don't worry. The steps I'll show you work for any kind of AI influencer. Silver, young, futuristic, whatever idea you want to bring to life. So let's go through 6 steps from an idea all the way to a fully fledged AI influencer. Complete with images, personality, and ready to post content for social media. And by the way, my name is Daria, and I'm a product designer and content creator. I've been helping to create and sell digital products for over 10 years now. On this channel, I show you how to build online products and create content around them, especially with the help of new tools and tech that keep popping up every day. So if you haven't already, please consider subscribing and let's dive in. Okay, we're heading over to Higgsfield.ai, and as you can see, I've already been playing around with some creations. Today, we're building an AI influencer, in this case, a middle-aged woman. But honestly, you can apply the exact same process to any gender and any age. Let's start with step 1. Create your base image. You can select Create and then Image, and here's the generation space. Now, the first thing you can do is upload a reference image, and that's what I did. I found this picture online. Funny enough, it was also AI generated, but I liked the vibe, and thought it could work really well as a starting influencer. Alongside that, I wrote a really detailed prompt. I won't read the whole thing here, but you can see I'm describing a middle-aged woman, adding details about her skin to make her look age-appropriate. And I specifically mentioned a plain white background and simple white t-shirt. Why? Because when we train the model later, we don't want distractions like jewelry or fancy dresses. We want clean, vanilla shots that focus only on the person. Of course, I also made sure to say it should be photorealistic. And by the way, if you're struggling with writing prompts, you can totally ask ChatGPT to polish them for you. That's what I did. So, either upload an image, write a prompt, or use both. If you want to use both, make sure the model is set to Flux Context Max. This model is a solid choice. Let's also make sure that the appropriate resolution is set, and we can hit Generate. But, since I already did this, I've got 4 results here. They're pretty similar, thanks to the reference and the prompt. And honestly, I think I like this one the most. So, meet our influencer. She'll be the base character we'll train further. Now's time for step 2. Generate angles and expressions. Alright, this is like doing a little photo shoot. Now that we've picked our main character, we need multiple shots of her. Different face angles, different expressions, almost like you'd take real photos from different sides. You can see here some examples I made with my own face earlier. Different expressions, profiles, looking up, looking down. That's exactly what we want for our influencer too. So we stick with the context model, upload our new reference image, the chosen one, and tweak the prompt. The trick here is to keep everything about her consistent, but then add a line like, only change, smile, rotate to the right, look upwards, etc. I actually asked ChatGPT to give me a long list of these variations, which was super handy. Copy-paste, hit generate, repeat. And look at the results. It's clearly the same woman. She looks like an actual person. Sometimes it doesn't quite work the first time. Like here, I asked for a change, but it didn't really apply. No big deal. Just hit generate again. Here she is smiling with teeth. Here's her profile shot left, profile right, and so on. The key is, the more pictures you make at this stage, the stronger your final model will be. Let's proceed with step 3. Train the character. We need to head over to Character tab and then hit Create Character. The guidelines are simple. Upload at least 20 photos, make sure they're high quality, cover different angles and expressions. I uploaded 24. That's enough to get going, but you can upload up to 70. And honestly, if you're serious about this, the more, the better. You can even come back in a couple of weeks and retrain with new photos to improve the dataset. Higgsfield told me my 24 image dataset was excellent quality, so I was happy with that. I named her Paula. No idea why, but it stuck. And now we wait about 10 minutes for the training to finish. And hey, if you're finding this useful so far, drop a like, leave me a comment, and hit subscribe so you don't miss the next tutorials. It's time for step 4. Generate new images. Once the character is ready, the model automatically switches to Soul. That's correct, because Soul is the one for trained characters. Here you can either upload a reference image or use a text prompt. But note, you can't do both at the same time. I tested it with a random photo I grabbed from Pinterest. Let's see what happened. Yeah, it's definitely her. You can see her face is preserved, and the system even pulled in details from the reference image like clothes and props. The composition isn't perfect, but that's expected. You'll need to experiment with prompts and references to get exactly what you want. If you don't know what style to pick, stick with realistic or general. Those usually give the most natural results. Step 5. Animate your influencer. Pick an image and hit video. You'll see presets like static, dolly, crane, and even epic options like bullet time. I started with a static shot, and it looked great. Very simple, very clean. Then I tried more advanced moves, like arc, and the results were cool, but here's the thing. Higgsfield doesn't actually use your trained model for videos. It only animates the first frame. So sometimes you lose character consistency if you push the camera too far. Here's the arc shot I tried. You can see her drifting a little bit, but it's still pretty fun. You can always cut around it or regenerate until you're happy. Then I tried something tougher, making her walk down the street. I gave it a reference photo, added a prompt like "woman walks down the street," and hit generate. And yikes, total fail. The walk looked super unnatural. But hey, that's not the end of the story. I switched over to Midjourney. Maybe not the obvious choice, Runway could also work, but Midjourney actually handles walking characters really well. And check this out. Way smoother. Still a few glitches here and there, but compared to Higgsfield's attempt, night and day. This one actually looks usable. Let's go to step 6. Build content with your influencer. Now, quick disclaimer. What I'm about to show you is just a brief taste of what's possible. Not the full how to plan content tutorial, but it should give you an idea of where this can go. So, imagine Instagram posts, lifestyle shots, little video clips. For example, I generated my influencer in a trench coat, walking outdoors. Then I switched the camera angle to a drone shot, keeping the same lighting and background, so it looked like part of the same scene. And that's the secret here. Consistency. Always stick with your trained character and only change 1 or 2 details, like pose, angle, or expression. That way, your influencer will look believable across every post and video. But here's where it gets really interesting. We don't have to stop at visuals. With tools like ElevenLabs, you can give your influencer a voice. You can even decide if she should sound British, American, or have a softer storytelling tone. And then take it further, give her a personality. Maybe she's opinionated, maybe she's funny, maybe she's thoughtful. You can align her content style with a specific niche. Fashion, lifestyle, wellness, even book reviews. Suddenly, she's not just an AI-generated face, she's a full-fledged digital persona that people can connect with. So that's how you can start building your own AI influencer. If you try this out, I'd love to see your results, so share them in the comments.